Hey everybody, how you doing? It's me, the Real Manos, and I wanted to do a review of the Judgment Day comic, and issue 2 just came out this week, so I'm a little late, but I wanted to get started talking about it, and I'll talk about issue 2 very soon, actually. But this is a review of issue 1 from Marvel Comics, and it is written by Kieran Gillen, not to be confused with Karen Gillen, and let's see, Valerio Scheite, I think. I apologize if I got that name wrong. Let's see, if it's Scheite, I love the art, by the way. This is really gorgeous stuff. So, hey, you know that whole X-Men thing now the mutants have figured out around death, where they have, like, several mutants who have, like, specific powers that when you work them together, you can actually be immortal, where they can save your consciousness and just put it in a new clone body, and then you keep living, so you don't have to die. It's a little bit like the Cylons from the 2000s Battlestar Galactica. Like, oh, who cares? My body got blown up. There's another one I can just download into. That's kind of what they've been doing. And funny story, the Eternals don't like that much, because that's, as far as they're concerned, going out of their jurisdiction. And that kind of makes them, in their eyes, form of deviants, which are their big enemy, and living forever is their shit. And they don't want them treading on their shit. So that's kind of what's going on. Let's see, Druig, who has kind of taken over the Eternals, has kind of led this with Moira McTaggart, who is kind of on the outs of all the mutants, and they're kind of working together with one of the anti-mutant human organizations. There are quite a few of those. So I love how this starts with just a simple conversation between Tony Stark and Cersei from the Eternals, and you know, it's kind of like a nice restaurant, real rich, you know, kind of people talking and stuff, and boosh, she's pulled out by Phoenix, who is currently Echo. I'm not a big fan of Echo having the Phoenix power. It just feels like the Phoenix power is just being traded here and there. So right now it's Echo's. But Echo grabs her, takes her up to space, where she's captured by Echo, Captain Marvel, and Thor, and the radio Tony goes, okay, we got her. And they're going to... By the way, I love the scene of Scott and Jean watching the whole event from across the fucking street, where they're going, man, that's sure is weird, seeing someone else have the Phoenix power. And Jean is actually observing, like, current protests. People have just found out about the X-Men being able to live forever, and some people are not happy with that. Like, why you and not me? Which does make sense. That would happen. Meanwhile, we got kind of the scenes going back and forth on, let's see, Krakoa and Arakko, the planet Mars. The two governments kind of talking. Meanwhile, we get Tony Stark kind of interrogating Cersei, and she is kind of like telling them, I've kind of walked away from the Eternals. We're more of a society than a superhero team. Really, and I'm not in charge, but some shit's going down. They have some plans for you in the X-Men. And then we get into it where Druig and Moira McTaggart are talking about plans, and they're actually being in action while they're talking, which is kind of a neat setup. And the Eternal plan of attack is to attack Mars at the same time as Krakoa, and all you really need to do is take out like 5 people on Krakoa, and their system is destroyed. Like, you kill these 5 people, done. Fuck them. They can't do the resurrection protocols anymore. Anyway, get this really cool sequence of them fighting, and Wolverine is able to save Hope Summers. And let's see, Goldballs, who is the guy who makes the clones, he actually had downloads for himself, so he's able to save himself. So the plan basically fails, but it seemingly looks like it succeeded on Mars. And that's when we get to going into Cersei and the other Avengers talking about their plans, while at the same time, addresses humanity all over the world and going, hey, we've heard you, and we're going to do something about this resurrection plan that the X-Men are doing. And everyone's, particularly all across the world, but specifically at this protest, going, yay! They're seeing it on their phones. And he goes, well, however, there's a thing. And, of course, the thing is the fact that they have these giant Eternals showing up all across the world to destroy the X-Men, which will also have massive collateral damage. Because the Eternals are actually, in this book so far, the way Gillen's writing them, they kind of are neutral on humans. Like, hey, it's great that you're here, but if you get in the way, it's not really a problem. Our thing is anti-mutant right now. And then Cersei and the Avengers decided to wake up the dead Celestial that they've had a headquarters in for the last course of their Avengers series. So that's how issue 1 ends. And this is pretty spectacular. I'm not the biggest fan of events. I feel like they have kind of polluted Marvel and DC's whole thing, really. But every once in a while, every couple of years, there's one that comes out I think is really good. And this one I think is very good. I think this is an excellent start. I just read issue 2 today. I'll do a review of that soon. I thought that went a step further and improved. So yeah, if you're going to read one event this year, and there's usually a few now, pick this one up. I think this is an excellent first start. 5 out of 5 RAM chips. I thought it was pretty good. I'm reading X-Men. I'm back and forth on reading Avengers, and I haven't read the new Eternal series, but I didn't have a hard time getting into it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that issue, and you can let me know in the comments below, because that kind of shit helps me on this channel. You can comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and what's that other thing? You can support me on Patreon for $1 a month, or you can just buy my comic. It's available at Manos Publishing, and you can buy it in print and digital. Issue 6 is out. We just did a Kickstarter for the first trade, and that'll be coming out for you guys soon, as soon as we get the whole ball rolling with the rollout for the Kickstarter. But it was successful. Anyway, we gotta go. I think me and Lindsay are done. We're gonna go to bed and call it a night. So push the button, Lindsay.